Shimmy a Tribal 101. This channel is dedicated to all things tribal belly dance. I'm going to be doing some conversational interviews with troops and performers from all around the world. I'm going to be doing some how-to tribal videos, how to tribal, how to tuck your skirt, blah blah blah, and some tribal related tips and tricks. And I'll be showcasing some of my favorite performer videos and a bunch of other random stuff, whatever happens to spew out of my brain at the time. And I'm open to your ideas, so if you have any suggestions, please hit me up in the comments section below. And if I do use your ideas, I will credit you in the video. And if you don't want me to credit you, then just say so. So a little bit about myself. Who am I and why the hell should I be talking about all things tribal? I'm Beatrice, as I already said. I've been dancing since I was about yay high. I'm not actually that much bigger now, to be honest. I studied ballet for many years as a child, and it was my biggest passion. But the universe decided that instead of me being the next Darcy Bussell or Margot Fontaine, I was destined to be a 5 foot tall narcoleptic. I've had narcolepsy since I was 7 years old. I was diagnosed when I was 12. One of my symptoms is cataplexy. Cataplexy is loss of voluntary muscle control. Paralysis is temporary paralysis. And it was so severe that I had to stop dancing in my early teens. Luckily, I was also a musician, so I had that to fall back on. I did continue to study dance in college, but I never believed that I would actually be a dancer, because you have to kind of be like tall and thin and all of those things. I pursued music and I danced even less in my later teens, and so there was always this hole in my life where dance used to be. After being a moody, grungy musician and being in a punk band for 4 years, which was awesome, and then being in an electronica band, the universe intervened again and decided that I was destined to be a 5 foot tall narcoleptic belly dancer. So here I am. I began belly dancing in my early 20s. My story's pretty much similar to many other tribal belly dancers. After seeing various famous tribal belly dancers on the internet, I was like, awesome, there's a style for freaks like me. And I've never looked back. I ended up becoming a teacher, and I went to San Francisco to do my ATS general skills and teacher training with Carolina Naricchio, and I've since done the general skills in various parts of the world. In 2009, I founded Nottingham Tribal Belly Dance in the UK, and then in 2013, I ended up moving to Malaysia. So I passed on my little dance school to my fellow troop members, and it still exists today, under a different director, under a different name. So it's not mine anymore, but it's still awesome. I was originally invited to Malaysia by my crazy yoga bitch friend, Nancy Trainer, shout out, who hosted me there for some workshops and a show. And then, like I said, I ended up moving there about a year later. Whilst I was in Malaysia, I teamed up with other local tribal belly dancers and we formed a troupe. And believe me, there are not many of us over there. So shout out to Hilton and Zoe, and also to Desi Ardi in Indonesia, because basically those guys are the only reason that there is any tribal over there right now. Anyway, eventually I ended up moving on to Spain, which is where I am now. Yep, I get around quite a lot. One of the things I love most about teaching is watching my students grow from beginners into amazing dancers. And some of my students ended up becoming teachers as well, which is awesome, although I cannot claim all the credit because they did study their asses off with lots of other teachers. But seeing students fall in love with the dance and then continue to go on the tribal journey, whether they end up being teachers or performers or just doing it for fun, it always means a lot to me to have been part of that process. There are some teachers that want to kind of possess their students, so I hear, and they want to discourage them from having other teachers. I'm really very much the opposite. I've always told my students to slut themselves around with as many different teachers as possible, because you can never have enough knowledge, and every teacher has something different or something special to share with you. So yeah, I don't really believe in having one teacher. I think you should learn from lots of different people. So here I am in Spain. I'm not in a city, I'm in a one-horse town, so it's quite difficult to form a troupe or to even find regular students. I felt that I wanted to contribute to the tribal community in another way, which is why I'm doing this. In case you were wondering, yes, I'm still very much narcoleptic. It kind of doesn't go away. They haven't really figured that one out yet. I fell asleep during my previous attempt at filming this. For me, belly dance, specifically tribal, has given me the chance to do something that I love in a world that isn't exactly narcolepsy friendly. I found something that I can somehow pull off despite my interesting quirks, and it hasn't been easy, and it never will be, but it sure beats crawling into a hole. So that's me in a nutshell. So yeah, this is my first time doing this, although I've been involved with various video and recording projects over the years. I've never put myself on the internet this way with the intention of doing it on a regular basis. I'm kind of a little bit nervous about how it's going to be received, but also kind of excited. Basically, I've set myself up for some hairy horse shit, right? Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you don't like and subscribe, then I have less life than what I already have. So please like and subscribe. Okay. And remember, if all else fails, smile and shimmy.